What's going on, guys? Back for another daily creation, and today I'm walking you through how I made the beat for Patient Minds off of the Life Test 2 EP. Okay, so Patient Minds is the second track on Life Test, and basically what I was trying to do with Volume 2 is like make or put in more serious sounding beats on this one, because kind of the first one was more laid back, and I wanted this one to kind of delve more into like a serious side of the story I'm trying to tell. So I went for more, maybe not serious, maybe that's not the word, maybe just more emotional like beats for this one. So I can't really remember when this particular one was made, but I know it was probably made probably toward the tail end of 2019 or somewhere in the winter time. But this one has a few sounds in it. I think it's not the shortest one on there, but it's like the second shortest one out of the four. So I'll show you what I had for it. It all started with this pad, which is actually just a stock pad in FL Studio. I think it's one of the stock sounds. I forget what folder it's in, but I'll let you hear what I did with that. Basically all you got to do with that type of a pad is you take it and you go into the settings and kind of change the key so you can play it in any key, because I think it was set in one particular key and it plays in that key only, so you have to go in and edit it and change it. So I just changed it to play like that. The next sound we got is the hi-hats, which this time, again, these are stock hi-hats. These aren't anything special. They're not really treated or anything. I probably just threw on a high-pass filter, and that was about it. No reverb, nothing on the hi-hats this time. Then you have your open hi-hat. And there's a lot of reverb on that open hi-hat this time. I think I just did the more reverb on the open hi-hat because it kind of fit well with like a spacey vibe that was going on with the rest of the beat. The next sound we got is this clap right here. And that just goes for a little bit, kind of during the part of the song where the beat builds up and everything. Toward the middle, toward almost at the end, you have this snare right here. It's like a snare roll. A lot of reverb on there now, listening to it soloed out. Probably not the best idea. Probably should have left it more dry, but I don't think you can tell as much when you're listening to the final version, like what it sounds like. But like, listening to it right now, there's a lot of reverb on there, so if I had to do that again, might have made it more dry, I don't know, but I don't think it killed it or anything like that. Then you have the kick next, which this kick is a kick I use all the time. It's in a I think it's called the 100 drum sounds or 100 whatever. I think they pulled them from live instrumentation, but this is the most punchy like kick that was in that whole sound pack, and I use that kit all the time. And I use that kick all the time. And then you have the second set of strings right here. Comes in. And that was the same thing. I basically just took from, I think, a stock sound in FL and just changed the key, made it so I could play it in any key So you get the idea on that. Then there is this, I think it's a cymbal. Oh, it's a bell. It's the classic just bell. Started off, I thought it was a cymbal, but you might, again, things you might not be able to hear like in the final beat, but they're in there, they're buried under layers of things, so. And then only a few sounds left. Let's see what we got next. Okay, there's kind of like a cymbal, or it's like the rider cymbal, and I just threw a delay on it, so. And that goes for 8 measures but 4 times, so. Then you have this, it's kind of like an ARP, and this is a Nexus ARP. I use Nexus, like I've said in previous videos, I use it for a lot of stuff, so. And that particular ARP is called the York Mutes ARP. So I've actually used that particular one in a lot of beats. So I don't know, it's kind of become like something I've done over and over again at this point. I'm actually trying to get away from it more and more, like using the same sounds and beats and stuff. But I definitely can tell you I've used that sound in a lot of beats before, so. And then the last sound really is this piano, and I think it's just, let me check here, I think it's just the grand piano that I always use. Yeah, it's the arena ambiance in Nexus, so between that and the grand piano in Nexus, I use those two probably the most, besides the closed grand plugin in FL, which is just an FL studio plugin. That's probably what I use the most for piano sounds. So yeah, that's basically all the sounds right there. And then when you put it all together, you get this. So yeah, that's basically the Patient Minds beat right there. And obviously I added in the quote and everything at the beginning and the end. And that particular song is basically talking about the patience that it takes to achieve your goals in your life, and the time that it takes to get to where you want to be and things like that. So I don't know, I just felt like that particular beat kind of went with what he was saying in the quote and everything. And you know, hopefully the EP itself and both the EPs and I still got one more to drop, hopefully they're kind of, I don't know, helping people out a little bit. That was kind of my goal. I didn't want to just drop a beat tape and just drop beats. I wanted to put like a message in there. Since I'm not an artist or anything, I kind of just wanted to leave people with something that they could learn from and take and run with in their daily lives. So, but that was the Patient Minds beat. And this was Daily Creation, and we'll be back obviously again next month. So thank you for watching.